But that's not it. The Dravida Munnetra Karagam finding itself in the midst of an endless controversy in the Lavanya suicide case. After being snubbed by the Supreme Court over its plea against a CBI probe in this case, one MLA from the DMK was seen felicitating, welcoming the main accused in this case, the pictures of which have now gone viral and clearly causing a big embarrassment for the party. What exactly happened? Take a look at this story.
This is the DMK's Trichy East MLA, seen here welcoming and felicitating the main accused in the Lavanya suicide case. That's right, the same woman named by the minor in her dying declaration. The main accused in the Lavanya suicide case got a hero's welcome courtesy this DMK MLA, Dr. Inigo Irundayaraj, who turned up outside the Trichy Central Prison to hail accused Sahaya Mary when she was granted bail. He welcomed her with a shawl and escorted her out of the prison. And these images have gone viral now, causing huge embarrassment to the DMK. Sahaya Mary was jailed after Lavanya's death in January, and her video went viral, where she named her school warden and accused her of constantly harassing her. The BJP even alleges she pressured Lavanya to convert to Christianity. The Saffron Party is now latched onto these images, calling it proof of the Stalin government's bias in the case and demanding the Chief Minister's intervention.
We have been saying that the DMK government, the police, all were in nexus with the Christian missionary, that school and management. Now they have proved it.
The DMK has maintained a stoic silence on the issue, not condemning or clarifying on its MLA's photo op. India Today has tried to reach out to him, but the MLA in question hasn't offered any comment.
I reached out to DMK MLA Inigo Irundayaraj, who refused to comment on his meet with the accused Sahaya Mary. In fact, in this particular case, DMK has been constantly attacked but has refused to comment on this recent controversy.
This fresh embarrassment for the DMK comes a day after the Supreme Court turned down the Stalin government's plea against a CBI investigation in the Lavanya suicide case. A woman accused of torture, harassment and driving a minor student to end her life. When the accused Sahaya Mary faces such grave charges, questions loom on exactly why the DMK is shying away from condemning its MLA for felicitating the accused. With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
In Karnataka, meanwhile, there's been an interesting development. Minor petitioner students have now filed an application before the High Court to postpone the hearing of the case till assembly elections in 5 states come to an end. Now, the Karnataka Bharatiya Janata Party is alleging that the hijab showdown is staged. They are linking it to the ongoing assembly elections. So the question is, are these girls, most of them minor students, being used possibly as political pawns? Who is instigating these students and this hijab controversy? This report now coming up will tell you everything that you need to know. Take a look. Karnataka schools continue to witness the hijab protests. Schools and study remain hostage to the hijab face-off. This hijab controversy continues to be on the boil, triggering more Nataka in the schools. In this school in Mandya, one young student was asked to remove her headscarf. But there was high drama as her father intervened and took her home, refusing to let his daughter continue the studies by removing the hijab. In Gadag, girls who entered into the classroom wearing the headscarf were sent back, leading to chaotic scenes outside the school gate, with even the cops intervening. In Kalaburgi, pro-hijab students opted for online classes after they were caught on camera entering into the classes without the headscarf yesterday. In Chikmagalur, some students with the hijab entered into the school and their classmates clapped for them. Several parents of the hijab-wearing girls got into heated arguments with the school officials and even the cops outside the school gate. In Kodagu, many hijabi girls were sent home after they entered the classes, and now many have stopped attending the classes. Amid this clamour for the headscarf, a clear political link to the pro-hijab petitioners has now come to the fore. At least 5 minor petitioner students filed an application before the High Court to postpone the hearing of the hijab case till the assembly elections in 5 states come to an end. They pleaded that the hijab case is being used by political parties for polarization. The High Court, however, nixed the bid, saying there is no reference from the election panel and these petitioners are not residents of the states that are witnessing elections. The Bharatiya Janata Party questioned the bid to link hijab case to the ongoing elections and called the entire episode staged for political mileage.
मैं मानता हूँ इसके विषय पर ज़्यादा नहीं बनाना चाहिए. जो स्कूल्स का जो नाम से है वो नाम से चलना चाहिए. मजहब के आधार पर कोई भी नहीं देखना चाहिए. इसलिए ये पढ़ाई है, बच्चे हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनके बीच में ये रिलीजियस इश्यू इतना बड़ा नहीं करना चाहिए.
बच्चों 8, 9, 10वीं कक्षा में है. वोटर लिस्ट में भी नाम नहीं है, एलिजिबिलिटी भी नहीं है. उसके पहले यूपी चुनाव के बारे में एप्लीकेशन डालता है. हुकूमत क्या है, हिम्मत इसके पीछे क्या है? मुझे लगता है एक साजिश है. हिजाब एजेंडा पकड़कर माइनॉरिटी ऑर्गेनाइज करने का एक साजिश कांग्रेस कर रहा है.
Central government is BJP government. State government is again the BJP government. All the intelligence report, all the details, all the information, they have got more than us. Now, let them clarify who is there, what is there. Unnecessary, let them not politicalize these things. I request all the senior leaders who are talking like this, please keep quiet for a few days.
Bureau Report, India Today. And amid this hijab showdown, the Karnataka Bharatiya Janata Party has stooped to a new low in this hijab controversy. Their official Twitter handle of Karnataka BJP shared personal details of the student petitioners, which meant their full details, including their names and addresses on social media. The petitioners, just to reiterate here for you, are minors, and the BJP has shockingly shared all of these details in a document that has been shared on the social media profile. The post expectedly has triggered a widespread outrage with a growing chorus to remove the post, but so far we can still see the BJP has kept that post on its social media handles, not even hiding the details. Now, Shiv Sena Member of Parliament Priyanka Chaturvedi has demanded action against the handle, requesting Karnataka police and the social media site Twitter to intervene immediately. She's also put the onus on the centre to act immediately to protect these minor girls who are fighting this case in the Karnataka High Court, with the Karnataka BJP using that tweet to target the opposition parties.
It's extremely shameful and condemnable that we have a party, a political party, which feels no shame in, outing the names and addresses of minors. This is a criminal offence, and I have asked NCPCR, because I have zero expectation from Ministry of Child and Women Welfare, but I also expect MeitY to step in and get them to take down this tweet. This is absolutely condemnable, and I will continue to say this kind of harassment is unbecoming. While argument for uniform is one thing, but this kind of harassment is another thing altogether. And BJP, which is in the center as well as this part of the state government, is doing things like this. I think everyone should be up in arms and protesting this. No, harassment is absolutely unacceptable. Following the responsibility of uniform is another argument we can have. Unfortunately, the political parties are breaching that particular thin line that exists. The matter is in the court. The court is hearing this. And for people to use saffron shawls, which are a sacred color for the Hindu religion, and using words which are sacred for Hinduism, what they're doing is hooliganism, and this is absolutely condemnable. No Hindutva party, no Hinduism, no Hindu human would support something like this. Harassment of girls.
In Maharashtra, thousands of Shiv Sena workers attended the no-holds-barred press conference at the party's headquarters in Mumbai's Dadar. A Shiv Sena member of parliament and spokesperson attacked the BJP, making some very strong and sensational claims. Sanjay Raut said he was asked to walk out of the Aghadi government by the government at the centre. Shiv Sena's member of parliament is claiming that the Saffron party told him they will either implement the president rule in Maharashtra or break away their MLAs. Raut did not hold back his words while attacking Shiv Sena's old ally, the BJP. Now, Sanjay Raut also went on to claim that the central agencies were being misused with an aim to topple the Shiv Sena-led Maharashtra government. Raut, in fact, also added that the Modi government and the central agencies are troubling his party netas, putting pressure on them, and that to break away the government in the state of Maharashtra.
भारतीय जनता पक्षाचे काही प्रमुख लोक मला भेटले आणि मी 3 वेळा मला केले आणि त्यांनी मला वारंवार हे सांगण्याचा प्रयत्न केला की तुम्ही या सरकारच्या प्रवाहातून बाहेर पडा तुम्ही आम्हाला मदत करा आमचं सरकार येण्यासाठी ह्याच्यावर त्यांनी मला सांगितलं जर तुम्ही काही लोकांनी आम्हाला मदत केली नाही तर तुम्हाला केंद्रीय तपास यंत्रणा तुम्हाला टाईट कर हा शब्द आहे टाईट करतील आणि फिक्स कर.
And now let's bring you some international news because tension is high in Eastern Europe. While Russia has said it will not drag negotiations for days on end, Ukraine has said it will continue to pursue the NATO membership despite Russia's opposition. All of this, remember, while there are Indian citizens and specifically students there in Ukraine's border regions. In this ground report, take a look.
Eastern Europe continues to simmer. While Russia maintains it is ready to defuse the security situation, the country has massed a huge force within striking distance of Ukraine. Moscow insists it will not allow endless negotiations on questions that demand immediate solution.
Вы понимаете или нет, что если Украина будет в НАТО и военным путем будет возвращать себе Крым, европейские страны автоматически будут втянуты в военный конфликт с Россией. Конечно, потенциал объединенной организации НАТО и России несопоставим. Мы понимаем. Но мы также и понимаем, что Россия одна из ведущих ядерных держав. По некоторым компонентам по современности даже многих опережает. Победителей не будет.
The US says Russia could invade Ukraine any day now. Meanwhile, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky affirmed it will continue to pursue NATO membership despite Russia's opposition.
Ukraine's desire to join the European Union to strengthen its border for future alliance and our ambitions. You are very well aware of it. It is the country's wish. Also, there's a war in the east. We understand and we would like NATO membership, which would be a guarantee of our security, our territorial integrity. It is enshrined in the Ukrainian legislation and Ukrainian constitution.
Zelensky also said that neither he nor his family had any plans to leave the country. Till date, Russia has positioned more than 100,000 troops near Ukraine's border, but denies any plans to invade. Western countries have already promised sanctions on an unprecedented scale if Russia does invade. The US has sent more troops to Poland and Romania. So far, there has been no clear indications from the two sides of any possible climb down. Bureau Report, India Today.
It's time for a quick commercial break, but when I return, I bring the fact check segment so you have access to not just viral videos, but if they are correct and verified. That after the break. Welcome back now for some sports news. Indian women's cricket team succumbed to their third straight defeat on their tour of New Zealand, losing the second ODI at the John Davies Oval. Now, having already lost the lone T20 international and the first ODI, Mithali Raj-led side posted 270 on the board from their 50 overs. But all-rounder Amelia Kerr played a sensational knock of 119 not out to ensure the hosts took a 2-0 lead in the 5-match ODI series. Check here how it all went down in Queenstown.
Opting to bat first, the Indian openers started well, putting together a 61-run stand for the first wicket. While Shefali Verma departed for 24, Sabineni, Meghna and Yastika Bhatia ensured India went past the 100-run mark without any more hiccups. But Sophie Devine provided the hosts with a much-needed breakthrough by getting rid of Bhatia for 31. Meghna, who's opening the innings in the absence of Smriti Mandhana, also departed moments later, just one short of a 50. Even Harmanpreet Kaur didn't last too long. Captain Mithali Raj and wicketkeeper Richa Ghosh then put the pressure back on the White Ferns with a stunning 108-run stand. Ghosh, being the aggressor, stroked a 64-ball 65 before Sophie Devine had a number. But Captain Mithali Raj stayed unbeaten, finishing with 66 runs off 81 deliveries as India posted 270 on the board from their 50 overs. In reply, New Zealand lost their three stalwarts Sophie Devine, Susie Bates and Amy Satterthwaite all inside the first 10 overs. But their number 3 batter, Amelia Kerr, along with Maddie Green, strung a fantastic partnership to take the game away from the visitors. Green finally departed for 52 of 61 deliveries, but not before New Zealand had the advantage. Amelia Kerr, though, just wasn't in the mood to give up as she completed a much-deserving century, her second in ODI cricket. Even as wickets fell around her, Amelia Kerr stayed unbeaten right through the innings to give her side a 2-0 lead in the 5-match series. Sports Bureau, India Today.
So let's bring you some big takeaways from the New Zealand versus India second ODI. Indian women have now lost at least 3 matches in a row in New Zealand. What does that mean? With the ODI World Cup next month, India need to find their best combination in these conditions as early as possible. It is eventually a do-or-die situation for India. If they lose the next game, New Zealand will take an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match series. Smriti Mandhana's absence clearly can be seen to have hurt the Indian team. Opener Mandhana, who was in quarantine, has missed the first 3 matches on the tour. But good news is, what we are being told is she's out of the isolation facility and should be available for the next match. But it is Harmanpreet Kaur's form that is a big worry in the series. The Indian vice-captain has only scored 32 runs in 3 matches, and if India are to mount a challenge for the World Cup title, they need her to be firing more. So let's now bring you our fact-check regular segment. Remember, all sorts of videos and images go viral. Recently, an image went viral, appeared to be a news report that Shiromani Akali Dal's Sukhbir Singh Badal is asking Dera Sacha Sauda's Gurmeet Ram Rahim to support the Akali Dal ahead of Punjab elections. But what our Afwa fact-check team found out on India Today was that this article is morphed and Sukhbir Singh Badal has never openly made any of these remarks, at least on the date that is mentioned here. So only go for verified information and stay tuned to India Today for that. Thank you so much for watching. Lots more on the other side. Take care. Thank you.